Welcome back everyone, it's your boy Carolina Goji 1954 here. So many things has happened since the last time I've uploaded. Honestly, where do I even begin? And also forgive me if my voice sounds kinda off, I'm sick again. But I guess we gotta start with free agency first. So let's quickly recap what happened during free agency. So we signed Shai Tuttle from the New Orleans Saints, another excellent piece for our defensive line. We signed Von Bell from the Cincinnati Bengals, great safety, now in our hands. We signed Hayden Hurst from the Cincinnati Bengals, which caught me off guard, not gonna lie, because we were in desperate need for tight ends and I was not expecting us to just snatch Hayden like that. That was an excellent pickup for us. We signed Andy Dalton as our backup veteran quarterback from the New Orleans Saints. Like I said, he's gonna be our backup. He's not gonna be starting for us, and there were better options for backup quarterback, but still a solid pickup for us. We signed Miles Sanders from the Philadelphia Eagles, which is another one that caught me off guard, and a solid pickup from the reigning NFC champs. And I bet EDP445 is probably pissed off about this.
Well, I was actually coming out here to pick up a cupcake and then go back home.
We signed Adam Thielen, which I'm pleased by this. Like I said in one of my previous videos, I said after we traded DJ Moore, we should absolutely try to get Adam Thielen from the Vikings or Hopkins from the Cardinals, and we ended up signing Thielen. But he's not the only guy, because we signed DJ Chark as well, which is an excellent pickup. Just a 1-year deal though, but still an excellent pickup whatsoever. And we took care of our wide receiver issues. That's how you handle business. A huge shout out to Frank and Scott for this. But anyways, we traded Zane Gonzalez to the San Francisco 49ers in exchange for a late round pick in 2025. And we're also bringing back Eddie Pinheiro. We're signing Henry Anderson. We've also restructured Dante Jackson's contract, which I'm not really a big fan of. We're signing Justin McCray from the Houston Texans. We're signing Deshaun Williams from the Denver Broncos. We've released Pat Elflein. We brought back the White Rhino, Bradley Bosman, thank God. We've tendered an offer to Sam Franklin. We brought back Panthers veteran Shaq Thompson. We've released Damian Wilson. We've restructured Xavier Woods' contract. We've restructured Taylor Moton's contract. And lastly, both PJ Walker and Deontay Foreman have been signed by the Chicago Bears. So, this free agency has been one of the best free agencies we've had in years. And my goodness, we're finally rebuilding this team the right way. We're actually becoming a serious team once again. And my goodness, I waited so long for this. And another thing, we're signing most of these guys for like 3 years, besides DJ Chark for 1 year. But Matt Rule, all he kept doing was signing random ass players for 1 year. I just wasn't a fan of that. But I'm glad Frank Reich and Scott are actually taking this seriously. And honestly, all we need now is a quarterback, which we're about to draft with the first overall pick. And then we also need a cornerback and an edge or a pass rusher. Those are the 3 positions we just need left, and we'll be set to go for this season. And yeah, we could always find a cornerback and a pass rusher in free agency, but we're most likely gonna draft them at this point, along with our quarterback. And speaking of that, on to our next topic, the pro days, CJ Stroud's and Bryce Young's. Now, we're not going to be discussing about Will Levis's pro day as well as Anthony Richardson's pro day, which is coming up in like 2 days, I think. I don't remember. But we're not going to waste the first overall pick on either of those quarterbacks. We're not going to happen. It's either going to be Bryce Young or CJ Stroud. And we might already have our answer on who we're going to draft between the two. Because first off, let me bring up what Scott Fitterer said during Frank Reich's first press conference.
I think you're right on a lot of that. I think you got to have conviction. If there's a guy in this class that you like, you got to go up and, if you like him, go get him. We're in a position now where we have defense, where we have, an offensive line. And we've built around this for this opportunity. So if you have conviction, go get him. If it's not, you don't want to force it. You don't want to take a player, pass on a really good player. That might set you back. But you can't be afraid to take a shot if you believe that's the guy.
So as Scott said, if there's someone in the draft that you really like, that you're confident in, you trade up for him and only him. And that's what they did. They traded up for the first overall pick, and these pro days might have just confirmed who we're going to be drafting. Which, by the way, both of these men, CJ Stroud and Bryce Young, talented players, man. Absolutely athletic as hell. And CJ Stroud, phenomenal when it comes to throwing deep balls, and Bryce Young throwing dimes as well. Unfortunately, though, for Bryce, he has to deal with trash wide receivers dropping balls. But another concern for Bryce is that he kept underthrowing and overthrowing a lot. That's another concern, but besides all that, it's painfully obvious who the Panthers squad over there, like Frank Reich, McCown, and Scott, it's clear as day who they were interested in the most. Because the thing is, we have the first overall pick. We control the draft. And so what Scott Fitterer is doing, he's fooling everyone's minds. Why do you think the media keeps saying one day that Frank Reich loves CJ Stroud, and then the next day Scott Fitterer loves Bryce Young, and then the next day David Tepper loves Anthony Richardson or Will Levis or some shit like that, and he keeps switching over and over each day? Why do you think that's happening? Scott Fitterer is literally messing with everyone's minds right now. Because again, we control the draft. It's all smoke screens. Because like I said earlier a minute ago, like Scott said, if there's someone in the draft you like specifically, you trade up for him and him only. Our guys, they've already got their guy to pick to draft. So all this nonsense that we're interested in CJ Stroud one day and then the next day Bryce Young and then the next day Will Levis, it's all bullshit. Our guys already made their choice on who we're going to be drafting. And it's CJ Stroud, believe it or not. Because first off, for Bryce Young's and Will Levis's pro days, our Panther squad over there, Frank Reich, McCown, and Scott, they all acted as they were just there just because they were forced to. They're like if they were required to. All they did was shook hands with both quarterbacks and just had chats with them, nothing else. And obviously observed them throwing the balls and all that shit, nothing else. However, with CJ Stroud, that's a different story. Our guys just could not get enough of CJ Stroud. Frank Reich just could not keep his eyes out of him either. Hell, even David Tepper's wife, Nicole Tepper, also couldn't keep her eyes away from Stroud. These guys kept talking and talking. Hell, Frank Reich even kept following Stroud everywhere he goes too. And my goodness, these guys were deep interested in this guy. And it was painfully obvious. It even seemed like Frank Reich thinks that CJ Stroud is his own son. Like, goddamn. But even with all that, there's even one more piece of evidence that pretty much confirms that CJ Stroud is our quarterback that we're going to be drafting. And it's something that McCown, our quarterback coach, actually said to CJ Stroud. And it was caught on camera. Here it is.
They got some color in his life. So, appreciate you.
See ya. We'll find a court. Play some horses.
It's right here. Come on.
Okay.
How
Well,
long
no,
you got? I got
maybe
to do a little
Charlotte.
meeting.
We'll find a horse. All right. See you, buddy.
Now I'm going to take his money.
Maybe when you live in Charlotte, we'll find you a core. That's what he said to CJ Stroud. I don't know what else to say. I don't know what else to tell you guys. CJ Stroud, he's going to be a Panther. It's official. The debate's over. CJ Stroud, you are going to be a Carolina Panther. Stroud is heading to Charlotte, North Carolina. Get ready, Panther fans. Get your jersey orders ready because Stroud is coming home to Charlotte, North Carolina. It's over. It's over. It's over for the NFC South. We're taking over the division. Oh my goodness. My goodness, I'm excited for this, man. And our guys, they're pretty much going to confirm what I'm saying after we draft CJ Stroud next month. I'm excited, guys. I'm excited for this. Because I would have been fine with Bryce Young too, but I've always been on Team Stroud. And now that our guys pretty much confirmed that we're drafting CJ Stroud, it's over. It's over. The NFL, the other teams, they ain't ready for the Panthers. We are gonna curb stop the shit out of every team we face off against. Oh boy. Panthers versus Chiefs, Super Bowl 58. Get ready. But anyways, that's pretty much all I gotta say for this video, man. And honestly, I could still be wrong about us drafting CJ Stroud, but from the looks of it, it looks like that's most likely going to be the case. Unless if we end up changing our minds at the last second next month and we end up drafting Bryce Young. But from the looks of it, CJ Stroud is most likely going to be a Carolina Panther. And I look forward to every second of it, man. I'm excited, man. So the next time you hear the media say that we're interested in Will Levis or Anthony Richardson, don't believe it. It's all bullshit. It's all smoke screens. Our guy is CJ Stroud, and if that's not the case, then it's Bryce Young. That's how it's going to be. All right? That's going to be the end of this video. So hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure to like, comment, and or subscribe. Keep pounding. And as always, Carolina on top forever, baby.
Stand and cheer for the Panthers in our grand old name. Nothing could be finer than to be in Carolina.